Joining me now, two people, Nancy Giles, a contributor to CBS News Sunday Morning and the host of the Giles Files podcast, and Christina Greer, Associate Professor of Political Science at Fordham University. I introduced you both as people.
I appreciate that.
You're people, but there is a larger dynamic here writ large in the polling about how women, citizens of this country are feeling, writ large in the policy of how this disproportionately affects women, and then in the policy making, as we just showed.
Well,
Nancy.
what's so weird to me is that for somebody who's so good at branding and at publicity and at how things should look, that picture of all older white guys being the ones deciding anything about women's health, to not even have a woman there. I mean, it says it all, actually. And this group, I can't even call them pro-life as much as they seem to be pro-birth. They're fine with, like, women having babies. They don't really care about the health issues or anything like planning these pregnancies or taking care of people after that. It's just, it was appalling to look at.
But I think the visual of the all older white, predominantly white men is deliberate. I mean, he's done this with his executive orders. He wants his base supporters to see this is a white supremacist administration, and he wants them to see this leadership. Women are not involved, people of color are not involved, and I think that this is a very clear, I mean, even it's a branding thing, and it's him and sort of his ilk. But also, though, as far as the pro-life piece, like, there's no such thing as pro-life.
I know.
It's either pro-choice and anti-choice.
Yes,
no, it's pro-choice and anti-choice. And all these are the same people who were rushing to execute the prisoners in Arkansas last week, right? So the term pro-life should be thrown in the trash right now, and what they're doing to women, especially the women who voted for them.
Well, you say the women who voted. That goes to the paradox. I mean, you have tons of Republicans, legislators, and Republican citizens who would say there's nothing white supremacist about what they want. They have values, and a lot of women are pro-life, as we know. And to pick one example, and you respond, college-educated white women under 30 broke for Trump, not Hillary Clinton. What do you make of that? And do you think that these policy choices, right, will now change some of that?
Well, first of all, you don't need men to have patriarchy. So white women are upholding patriarchy in very clear ways that they have for generations.
Nancy, I think, first of all, I think it just got deep. Okay, go ahead.
But I mean, and that's the thing. And I think Trump is sort of, using Ivanka and trotting her out there to sort of say, well, I'm the new face of feminism, whatever that may be, while he systematically dismantles. And it's not just about abortion. He's throwing that one out there. But look, we're talking about mammograms. We're talking about rape. We're talking about C-sections. We're talking about preventative care. We're talking about contraception.
We're even talking about the fact of just, I'm sorry to interrupt, just being a woman not being a pre-existing condition. And to go what you were saying about Ivanka, which is one of the things I find so offensive, is she's silent about all these things. She's used as a prop. She has a new book called Women Who Work, but she's not saying anything about her own father and his administration's destructive policies toward other women. It's just, she's living in this rarefied air, but not even caring about other women in a real way.
I think I agree, and that completely goes with this entire family just being raised in captivity. They only talk to each other.
I guess.
And, and so we know Trump responds to whether or not he gets crowds and whether or not people like it. This right now, he loved the fact that he can say, I have a win. When have we ever seen a president celebrating the House passing something?
Exactly.
We know that the Senate needs to pass the same exact bill. And hopefully there are some senators, Republican senators with common sense, that will say that this is actually detrimental to the American people. And what we've said on this show time and time again, 2018 is around the corner. There are open primaries across the country. Many Democrats can vote out these Republican senators and members of the House in a primary system. You don't have to vote for the Democrat. If you're in a red state or a red district,
to the
you can make it happen.
Final question for Nancy, which is, Donald Trump did say he was going to change the precedent. So for him, maybe doing a touchdown dance without a touchdown is just a different approach. Is that...
It would be a different, weird mental approach, but yes, I guess so. I guess this goes right along with a different approach, a change for people who wanted something different. But it's so strange and hollow and confusing. And actually, I think it goes to the theatricality of what he does.
Well,
it's how it looks like it's a win, even though it hasn't really happened yet.
It's funny you mentioned theater. I don't know if you guys know, we booked you for another discussion.
Wow.
About theater.
We'll have to call our agents and figure out what kind of interpretive dances are going to go with that.
And stand-up comedy. And